A Romance of a Sawdust by George Baker. Suthin to put in the story, I couldn't think of a thing, and 'tis nigh unto 30 year now since fust I went in the ring. The life extin, thunder, the variety, did you say? You must have curious notions about circuses anyway. The things that look so risky ain't nothing to us but this. Accidents, falls, and sich like something in course there is. But it's only a slip or stumble, some fella laid out flat. I don't take more'n a second, there ain't no story on wet. And like as not the fumble, don't do no harm at all. There's one girl here, I tell ya, she got an awful fall. You know her, Mademoiselle there, she's Jimmy Barnet's wife, the prettiest little woman you ever see in your life. We was lovers when we was youngers, no more'n 2 hands high. She nussed Jim through a fever once, and the doctor swore he'd die. I taught him both emotions. She never knowed no fear, and we've done the treepits together for more'n a couple of year. Last summer we took on a Spaniard, a miserable kind of cuss. Spry fella, but awful temperate, always a-making a fuss. He wanted to marry Ida, his chance was pretty slim. He did his best, bless ye, she'd never go back on Jim. He acted up so foolish that Jim one day got drilled, and give him the regular wallin' that drove the Spaniard wild. He talked like he was crazy, and wrathed around and swore he'd kill 'em both, but Jim just laughed. He'd heard such talk before. One day when we were showing in a little country town, Jim mashed his hand with a hatchet driven at handstake down. He couldn't work that night, no how, but the trap he'd got to be done, the Spaniard said he'd try it. And they have to take him or none, I knew Jim didn't like it. And the dear looked scared and white. "Look out for me, boys," she whispered. "I'm going to fall tonight." When she looked up with a shiver at the trapeze swinging there, a couple of bars and a rope or 2, 40 feet up in the air. But up she clambered, Arthur stood up, but her ear shook, and the Spaniard yelled like a devil. "Now look, Jim Barnet, look!" With that he jumped, gripped her. She fought, but he broke her hold. Grabbed at the rope, missed it. Off of a bar they rode, clinched an idea as screaming. But they struck the ground. I turned all sick and dizzy, and everything went round. I was still at work for a second. It seemed like an hour and then. The woman was all a-scratching, and the ring was full of men. Poor Jim was stopping to lift her, but flopping right down and said, "Cece, her lips is moving. She's breathing. She isn't dead." For sure he'd fallen under. It kinda broke her fall. Except the scare and the broken arm, she wasn't hurt at all. The Spaniard, I heard, killed him. It broke his cussed neck. But nobody cried where I saw it, as near as I recollect. She married Jim soon after. They're doing that repeat still. So you see, as I was saying, these falls don't always kill. And as for things excitin to put in the story rail, I'd really like to oblige you, but when there ain't nothing to tell.